Hello and welcome to Football Daily, where today we're ranking the 10 best paid managers in world football. 10. Mauricio Pochettino. Former PSG captain and Tottenham boss Pochettino cut his managerial teeth with Espanyol, with the Catalan club making him their third coach of the 08-09 season. He took Los Periquitos from third bottom to 10th and joined Southampton in 2013, saving the club from relegation before equaling Saints' best performance in 2014 with an 8th placed finish. Spurs came calling and the club finished third in Poch's second season, their best showing in 26 years. However, they narrowly missed out on topping rivals Arsenal after a 5-1 loss to Newcastle on the last day of the season. Pochettino was rewarded with a new contract worth nearly €7 million, securing his future at White Hart Lane. 9. Ronald Koeman. Another coach from the Southampton finishing school, Netherlands and Barcelona legend Ronald Koeman coached Ajax, PSV and Feyenoord and had spells with Valencia and Benfica before following Pochettino at St Mary's in 2014. The team had lost 4 first-choice starters and pundits predicted disaster, but Koeman stabilised the squad with the acquisitions of top-class prospects like Sadio Mane, Dusan Tadic and Fraser Forster. Saints took off like a rocket, spending much of the season in the Champions League places and eventually finishing 7th. And the next campaign was even better, with 6th place in the league bringing European football to the South Coast. Everton swooped for Koeman and they got their man by paying Southampton a huge €6 million compensation fee. 8. Antonio Conte. Italian taskmaster Antonio Conte was the perfect appointment for Chelsea in 2016. The Blues were reeling from their toxic love affair with Jose Mourinho, while Conte was looking for a return to club football after taking Italy to the Euros. Conte made his name at Juventus, joining in 2011 after the old lady had finished 7th 2 seasons running. Once a Bianconeri midfielder himself, Conte reinforced that area, adding Vidal, Pirlo and Pogba over the next year for a combined fee of €10.5 million. He won the league unbeaten in his first season and added 2 more titles before he left in 2014. He had won 3 consecutive Coach of the Year awards and had lost just 7 games in Serie A. No wonder Chelsea are paying him almost €8 million a year. 7. Luis Enrique. When you win the treble in your first season managing the club where you were also a legendary player, you get decent pocket money. And Barcelona handed Luis Enrique an €8.5 million salary when he ditched Celta Vigo for them in 2014. A Spanish champion with Real Madrid and Barca, Luis Enrique began his coaching career at Barca B before joining the big time with Roma. However, subbing Totti and getting knocked out of the Europa League by Slovan Bratislava didn't go down well, and the Spaniard returned to his homeland with Celta. 1 season on, Luis Enrique went back to the Camp Nou, signing Luis Suarez and Ivan Rakitic and winning 7 trophies in 2 years, including 2 domestic titles and the Champions League. 6. Jurgen Klopp. Perhaps the most popular man in football, excitable German Labrador Jurgen Klopp, middle name Norbert, was a player and a coach at Mainz, earning the club promotion to the Bundesliga for the first time. Borussia Dortmund picked Klopp up to take on the might of Bayern Munich, and the Stuttgart native took the Schwarzgelben to 2 titles and a Champions League final. Unfortunately, the wheels came off and Klopp left in 2015. But Liverpool turfed out Brendan Rodgers and his David Brent bullshit for Klopp, showering him with €8.5 million a year and a lopsided, messy squad. Time will tell what the German can do, but League Cup and Europa League finals in his first season bode well. 5. Zinedine Zidane. Zinedine Zidane started the 15-16 season as the coach of Real Madrid's reserves, but ended it with the Champions League trophy in his hands and €9.7 million in his bank account. Long considered the Madrid answer to Guardiola, Zidane was an assistant under Carlo Ancelotti, but was thrown in at the deep end thanks to Rafa Benitez's dreadful showing as merengue boss. A 5-0 win over Deportivo in his first game set the tone, and Real took 53 points from the Frenchman's first 20 games in charge, a club record. Los Blancos overcame rivals Atletico in the Champions League final for the second time in 3 years, as Zidane became just the 7th man to win the competition as a player and a coach. 4. Arsene Wenger. Whatever you think of Arsene Wenger, the man deserves €10 million a year just for the bullshit he has to deal with from Piers Morgan. The Frenchman has now been with the Gunners for 20 years and has 3 league titles and 6 FA Cups to show for it, plus a few more grey hairs than he started with. It's almost unbelievable now, but Wenger went to Highbury from Japan, where he was coaching Nagoya Grampus 8. Considered for the Arsenal job while he was boss of Monaco, Wenger's profile was so low that when he was hired, the Evening Standard ran a headline saying, "Arsene who?" These days, there's a bronze bust of him at the Emirates, the stadium he built. 3. Carlo Ancelotti. One of the most experienced and respected managers in the game, Carlo Ancelotti was ideal for Bayern Munich, adjusting to life after Pep. And after failing to win the Champions League under the Catalan, Bayern made a shrewd choice in Carletto, who remains the only coach to have won the tournament 3 times. After crafting a Parma team containing Buffon, Cannavaro, Zola and Stoichkov, Ancelotti spent time at Juve before switching to Milan, where he won Serie A and 2 Champions Leagues, to match the 2 he won there as a player. Titles followed with Chelsea and PSG, and in 2014 the Italian brought Real Madrid La Decima, the long-awaited 10th European Cup. Look out Bundesliga. 2. José Mourinho. The special one didn't have such a special season with Chelsea in 2015-16, as he followed up his 3rd Premier League title with the Blues by taking just 11 points from the first 12 games, and he was sacked in December, having lost 9 of 16. But Man United plucked him out of the Dole office, paying nearly $17 million a year and providing an apparently unlimited transfer war chest. Mourinho still is one of the best CVs around, as a 2-time Champions League winner, 8-time domestic champion, and the first man to achieve a treble in Italy, the 2nd treble of his career. Now enthroned at Old Trafford, he has the chance to emulate his old friend Alex Ferguson, or at least to shit-can Juan Mata again. 1. Pep Guardiola. Someone's got to keep Guardiola in nice jumpers and head polish, and Man City have stumped up an incredible €18.1 million per year to bring the Catalan to the Etihad. And it's not hard to see why, as Pep has won an amazing 22 trophies since 2007, including 6 top-flight championships and 2 Champions Leagues. Guardiola already has as much silverware as Mourinho, who began coaching in 2000. And with 450 matches as manager under his belt, on average Guardiola wins something every 20 games. And after losing just 9 Bundesliga matches in his 3 years at Bayern, the prospect of what he could do with De Bruyne and Aguero is frightening. But maybe not as frightening as his tax returns.
So there are highest paid managers of 2016, guys. Who are you most shocked by and why? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed that video, be sure to check out our most capped 11. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe.